Imagine this. You're just a regular guy, running a small business, fighting for what's yours in a courtroom. One day, a note slips under your door. It says, "Meet me." It's about your life. You show up at a quiet cafe, heart pounding, and the stranger across from you whispers, "Someone paid to have you killed, but for the price they're offering me, I can't do it. Help me fake it." That's not the start of a movie. That's real life in Nanning, China, back in 2013. A simple business fight turned into a deadly game of pass the parcel with human lives. One man wanted his rival gone. 5 so-called killers passed the job around like a bad debt. And in the end, no one died. But trust me, the fallout broke more than just a few promises. This is a story of greed, cowardice, and a twist of fate that saved a life and sent 6 men to prison. Stick around. You won't believe how far one bad decision can unravel. Let's dive right into the nightmare that kicked this all off. Picture Nanning, a bustling city in southern China's Guangxi province. It's October 2013. The air is thick with the smell of street food and construction dust. China's boom years in full swing. Real estate is king here. Everyone's chasing the next big deal, the next high-rise that could make or break a fortune. Enter Tan Yui. He's a mid-level developer, the kind of guy who shakes hands at fancy dinners but sweats over balance sheets at night. Tan's got a company that's teetering on the edge. Projects delayed, debts piling up. Then, out of nowhere, disaster strikes. A business partner, let's call him Mr. Wei, to keep it simple, files a lawsuit. Wei says Tan's firm cheated him on a development deal. Stolen profits, broken contracts. It's not just a slap on the wrist. This could drag on for years, bleed Tan dry in legal fees, and tank his whole operation. Now, here's where it gets disturbing. Instead of fighting fair in court, Tan skips the lawyers and goes straight for the shadows. He picks up his phone, calls a contact. "I need this guy gone," he says. Gone as in dead. For 2 million yuan, about $282,000 at the time. Tan hires a hitman. His name? Shi Guang'an. She's no ghost from movies. He's just a guy with connections, the kind who whispers about fixing problems in smoky bars. Why murder? Tan later told investigators he was terrified. "A long lawsuit would ruin me," he confessed. But think about that for a second. Over money, over bricks and mortar. One man's fear turns another into a target. Wei, he's oblivious. Just a regular competitor pushing for justice. Maybe grabbing dim sum with his family that weekend. Clueless that death is now for sale. This hook isn't just shocking, it's a gut punch. In a world where business feuds end in boardrooms, Tan chose blood. And just like that, a quiet life became a mark on a killer's list. But he takes the cash, half up front, and doesn't pull the trigger. Why? That's where the real madness begins. Before the shadows swallowed them, these men had lives that looked normal, almost boring. Let's peel back the curtain on the facade that hid the rot underneath. Start with Tan Yui. On the surface, he's the picture of success. A family man in Nanning, driving a decent car, hosting dinners for investors. His wife probably nags him about working too late. Kids asking for new bikes. Photos on his desk show smiling vacations. Maybe a trip to the beach in Hainan. Tan's firm isn't some empire, but it's his. Pride swells in his chest when he signs a lease. Neighbors see him as steady, ambitious. That Tan, always hustling. They'd say over tea. Across town, Mr. Wei is no different. He's got that everyday grind too. A modest apartment. Photos of his parents on the wall. Wei's in real estate too, but smaller scale. Maybe flipping apartments, dreaming of his own agency. The lawsuit? It's a shot at fairness after Tan stiffed him on a joint project. Wei's evenings? Helping with homework, watching soccer on TV. His fight feels righteous, not ruthless. To him, it's paperwork and persistence. No clue that Tan's desperation has painted a bullseye on his back. Now, Shi Guang'an, the first hitman. Facade? Total pro. Or so Tan thinks. She's at a side gig in security, but really he's drifting. A quiet life in the suburbs. Wife, maybe a kid or two, barbecues on weekends. He takes odd jobs, collection threats, but murder? That's a line he hasn't crossed. When Tan's call comes, she sees yuan signs, not a grave. He pockets the advance, tells his wife it's consulting work. Life ticks on. Groceries, bills, a stolen kiss goodnight. Down the chain, the others blend in even more. Mo Qianxiang, a low-key operator, perhaps a driver or fixer, living paycheck to paycheck. Yang Kongsheng and Yang Guangxing, unrelated despite the names, could be cousins at a family reunion. One's a handyman, the other's in logistics. Simple homes, simple routines. Ling Xianxi, the last link, youngest, most broke. Scraping by on freelance gigs, crashing with friends. They all have that domestic veil, laundry in the basket, dreams of stability. None scream killer. They're the guys you'd nod to at the market. This facade crumbles when money whispers temptation. Tan's fear cracks his home life. She's greed shadows his bed. What looks like normalcy is a thin shell over ambition's dark side. These aren't monsters from birth. They're everyday folks who let one bad choice echo through their quiet worlds. And as the job passes hands, that shell starts to fracture. From here, it all spirals down, like a ball of yarn unraveling in slow motion, but with lives on the line. Tan hands over the cash to She in a discreet meetup. She nods, vanishes into the night. But instead of scouting away, she panics. Too hot, he thinks. Or maybe just lazy. He dials Mo Qianxiang. Got a job. 1 million yuan. You in. Mo bites. Half of Tan's offer. But Mo? Same story. He schemes his cut, calls Yang Kongsheng. 270,000 now. 500,000 after. Easy money. Yang K agrees, but his stomach twists. He passes to Yang Guangxing. 200,000 up front, bonus later. Yang Ji feels the weight, dials Ling Xinxi. 100,000, just do it. 6 months. That's how long this hot potato bounces. From October 2013 into early 2014, each man pockets a slice, promises results. Texts fly, on it. Soon. Lies stack like unpaid bills. Tan paces his office, sweating the lawsuit. Is it done? He texts She. She stalls, renegotiates with Tan for an extra million to cover costs. The chain stretches. 5 links of hesitation. No one's a pro. They're opportunists in over their heads. Mo drinks more at night. Yangs argue with wives over late shifts. Ling stares at the 100,000 yuan, smaller than a used scooter. Wei, still suing, prepping court docs. Unaware, but the noose tightens invisibly. The spiral deepens. Delays breed paranoia. She ghost calls. Mo fabricates excuses. Targets guarded. Money changes hands in envelopes. Shadows of Nanning's alleys. Greed fuels it, but fear steers. Each subcontract is a dodge, a prayer no one pulls the trigger. It's not a hit, it's a scam within a scam. Tan's facade cracks. He snaps at family, loses sleep. The domestic dreams? Fading under the weight of what they've unleashed. By spring 2014, the job lands with Ling broke, bold, but no killer. He slips a note under Wei's door. Cafe. Noon. Urgent. The spiral's at its bottom. 1 meeting away from explosion or implosion. The cafe in Nanning. Midday light filters through steamed windows. Wei arrives, wary. Thinks it's lawsuit talk. Ling sits, nursing tea. No gun. Just words. Mr. Wei. Ling says, voice steady but eyes darting. Someone paid 2 million to kill you. It came to me for 100,000. I can't. Too little for blood, but help me fake it. We stage photos. I cash in. You live. Devastating. Wei's world tilts. Not a rival's grudge, a death warrant. Heart hammers. But Ling's plea rings true. Reluctance, not rage. Wei nods. Survival kicks in. They move to a back room. Ling binds Wei's hands, loose ropes, a gag from scarf. Snaps photos, Wei slumped, eyes wide but alive. Look dead. Ling directs. Flash. Done. Wei vanishes. 10 days off-grid. Family frantic, but he texts. Business trip. Up the chain. Ling reports. Job's finished. Photo spread. Yang Ji pays bonus. Mo cheers. She tells Tan, it's over. Tan exhales, wires arrest. Relief washes him. But 10 days in, Wei resurfaces. Rage boils. He doesn't scam back. He runs a police. Station in Nanning buzzes. They tried to kill me. Photos, notes, texts, evidence pours. Cops trace calls, raid homes. Tan's arrested mid-meal. She in his shop. The Yangs at work. Mo fleeing a bar. Ling last turns himself in, I saved him. The reveal? Not bullets, but betrayal's echo. 6 men, tangled in their web, exposed. No body, but intent clear as day. The spiral snaps. Facade shatter, wives crying, kids confused. Devastation hits. What started as business ends in cuffs. Police unravel the mess. Timelines match. Money trails glow. 2016 trial in Nanning Intermediate People's Court. 5 men, Tan and 4 hitmen, face intentional homicide. Evidence? Shaky. Some from rough interrogations. Judge acquits. Shock ripples. China's courts convict 99%. This? A glitch. Experts buzz. Justice evolving? Prosecutors appeal. 3 years grind by. Retrial, 2019. Full 6 now, including Ling October 17th verdict drops via WeChat. Deliberate deprivation of life. Guilty. Sentences roll. Tan, 5 years. Mastermind pays most. She, 3.5 years. Start of the chain. Mo, 3 years. Middle skim. Yangs, 3 years, 3 months each. Twin Dodgers. Ling, 2 years, 7 months, lightest for the fake that spared Wei. No appeals. Sells await. Wei, free. Lawsuit wins quiet. But public? Explosion. Weibo erupts. Killers outsource like builders. Memes fly. Chains of stick figures passing a gun. Even hitmen gig economy now. One post. This is China. Subcontract till it collapses. Laughter mixes horror. BBC calls it botched hit. CNN, outsourced murder farce. Lessons? Greed's a trap. Reluctance, a grace. Justice, slow but sure. Let this sink in. 6 lives derailed over Yuan. Tan's ambition blinded him. Lost family trust freedom. She's greed chained him to cowards. The Yangs, Mo. Every man dreams drown in delay. Ling, his hesitation birthed mercy, but bars still called. Wei's terror? Forged of steel, but scars linger. Who trusts a handshake now? Feel the weight. In Nanning's bustle, one feud snowballed. Fear fed fear. But humanity flickered. Ling's, I can't. Wei's choice to report, not revenge. It's a mirror. How far would you bend before breaking? Greed whispers easy outs, but spirals pull under. Yet here, no blood spilled. A glitch in the dark. Hope? That reluctance saves us all. Build is slow. From hook to heart, this tale warns. Choose light, or the chain drags you down. So, what if that note under your door changes everything? In Nanning, it did, for better and worse. A murder plot that fizzled into farce, but echoed with real pain. Tan rots in regret. Wei rebuilds, wary. And us? We laugh at the memes, but shiver at the what-ifs. One bad call, 5 dodges, a life spared. Proof. Even in shadows, light leaks through. Thanks for joining this unraveling. Hit like if it hooked you. Subscribe for more true twists, where ordinary hides the unthinkable. What's your facade hiding? Drop below. Until next time, watch the notes you get.
Like and subscribe.